Welcome to OMAT. I'm glad you're here. A lot of us are in here because we believe that we can have control over our mind, and here is where we practice it. We know that we can't change other people, so if we want to see any change, we have to do it ourselves. I remember when I was trying to change from waking up late to being an early riser, I did not trust or believe that that could even happen, but I practiced it. And with practicing change, I learned to trust. I learned to believe because I saw the little changes that happen. Here's how it went. The first day that I tried to wake up early, I turned off the alarm and then I just fell back asleep. I woke up late again. All right, I had to try again. That is what change is, to fail and try again. The next day, I said, don't hit off until you're sitting up. Maybe it took me 5 snoozes. I just kept hitting snooze, but I knew I would go back to sleep. The next day, I promised myself 1 less snooze. Now I'm starting to trust myself because I'm giving myself small, manageable changes that then I accomplish and trust that I can do the next small change. The day after that, maybe there was 1 snooze. The day after that, maybe I went to sleep a little bit earlier. Now I'm trusting myself, noticing that I am becoming everything that I practice. So we're building trust, making these small changes, changing our mind just a little bit, tweaking ourselves every day a little so that we are comfortable with that discomfort that comes with change. If we keep doing the same thing every day, that becomes comfortable, whether it's good for us or not. So getting uncomfortable and being okay with that, choosing which discomfort makes me a better person, I get that by practice. Let's practice. Let's practice uncomfortably getting into the present moment. It might mean that we are doing things that we used to call corny, and that's fine. Let's get corny if that's what it takes. Let's look around us, maybe name some things, notice that nothing's running after us, that we did set aside this time, and that we are not in a rush. We get to choose the pace. Let's get into our first exercise here of gratitude. This changed my mind. I used to have a mind that if I got sad, I thought it was permanent, and I just got sadder and sadder. Here, I'm interrupting my mind, giving it something else to think about, and getting that muscle a little bit stronger. Now I have access to that. Let's practice. Let's look for, notice some things that we can be grateful for. Let's wrap for now. Have some water. And we practice the gratitude. We also, while I look for gratitude, I could very much notice the kind of attitude I have for the day. Because if I'm about to practice my gratitude and it goes something like, I guess I could put this on the list, fine, I'm grateful for that. I have a bad attitude for the moment. It's fine. We can practice through good attitudes, bad attitudes. We are practicing making our mind do what we want. Let's keep going. Let's sit in a comfortable position. Let's practice deciding what we're going to think about in this next minute. Maybe I'm going to think about following my breath. When I lose that focus, I come back to it. That's the practice. Sit in a comfortable position, eyes opened or closed, and breathe. Let's wrap for now. Have some water. Remember that it's a practice. So if we lose focus during this meditation practice, that's just what it is for now. But we are still building a muscle of focus. So we can decide that our minds wander less during the day because we know how to get our minds in line with what we want to think about. Let's keep going. Let's write it down. If there's something that you don't want to think about, consider writing it down. It might release it from your mind, but let's not even worry about what results. Let's do the task that's right in front of us. Small, manageable one of looking for one word to write down and seeing where it goes from there. Let's wrap for now. Have some water. And let's practice not worrying about what we just did by going to the next exercise. Let's stretch whatever we're capable of stretching. Let's elongate that part. Stand if you can stand, and do some or more of these sun salutation poses. Start by inhaling your arms up and reach up, look up. Even this is a stretch. And you could stay there for 1 minute if that is what feels right for today. If you'd like, fold forward and hang over your feet. Again, this is just the second pose. We're hanging over our feet, and you could repeat first pose to second pose. If you want a third pose, halfway lift, flat back, look up. And let's get into the high plank. Plant your palms down, step your feet back, and lower your body all the way down. Then push against the ground, and your chest will come up, head come up, look up. You could be on your forearms or your hands here. And let's meet in down dog. Bend at the knees, hips up into an upside down V with your body. Stay there for a couple of seconds before you walk forward towards your hands and start coming up to standing position, meeting the palms above the head and exhaling them down to the center of the chest. Maybe you got into all of those poses. Maybe you're 3 poses behind. We are not rushing. We can have some water. There's always time for water. And feel the warmth of the body. Bring it into this next exercise of plank. And we can have our knees down if that's where we are today. We can go on our forearms, on our hands. We have choices. If we can't do any of those, we can do squats. But let's do something strengthening the body. And let's start in 3, 2, 1. Get in that pose. Start doing the workout. Give your body this exercise so that you can continue being this strong. That's 10 seconds. And now we're building our muscles. As it's getting challenging, that challenge, that feeling is you becoming stronger. That's 20 seconds. And becoming stronger is uncomfortable. There's change happening while you're just sitting in that pose. For 30 seconds, let's see if we can keep conjuring up the strength to stay here. Find the self inside of you that can do this for 20 more seconds. Now, if for today you had to come down off your plank, take a deep breath and come back up, because we know every second counts, and these final 10 are no different. Find your strength. Leave all of it right here for 5 more seconds, and 3, 2, 1, you're done. Come down off your plank. Take a deep breath, or as deep as it can get. Catch your breath. Maybe stretch your way back. I like to do the end of a sun salutation to come back from the plank, starting from the down dog and then getting myself up, having some water, having a little bit of credit because that was tough. Let's keep going. Let's break procrastination. Maybe this is your toughest exercise. We're going to practice doing something that is the most challenging for us by doing the smallest part of it. Make it as small as possible. Do it for only 5 seconds, but let's practice doing it so we can trust that when we say we're going to do it, we're doing it. Let's wrap for now. Have some water, whether you accomplished something or felt like you're struggling through that exercise. Have some water, either way, and let's connect. Never suffer alone. You never are alone. We don't have to be alone, but we do have to practice not being alone. We have to practice that connection. So let's put it on for 1 minute, that practice of connection, and see what happens right now. Let's wrap for now. Find some water. And find that sometimes our muscle is fatigued. Sometimes our muscle feels strong. Whatever today was, that's what it is for now. Let's go into the next exercise, no matter how that last one went. We're going to move our body around. If you have the gift of any mobility, let's exercise those parts right now. And we said we're going to do it. We can only trust ourselves if we do the thing we said we're going to do. So let's start in 3, 2, 1. Get started. You will trust yourself more. You will get started more throughout the day if you practice doing it right now. That's 10 seconds and it's still not too late to start. Start trusting yourself by doing what you said you would do. And that's 20 seconds in. How's your energy? Are you breathing? Are you doing it with a little bit of attitude? That's fine. That's 30 seconds of maybe shaking it off, dancing it off, jumping, jacksing it off, whatever you want to do for today, for now, for 20 seconds. We're almost done, so let's put whatever energy we can into this. Let's muster up what we have already in us and continue building that strength for 10 seconds. You're doing it. We have 5 seconds left. What do you have left in you for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Great job. That's what your practice looks like for now. Thank you for practicing OMAT together.